You've heard it for years. Cut out the cholesterol. Lower your calcium. Avoid fatty foods. But what if that wasn't the real killer? Over 80% of heart attacks and strokes today don't come from blocked arteries packed with cholesterol. They come from something much faster, much deadlier, and most importantly, something preventable. You see, the media and even some health professionals have made you fear cholesterol, fear butter, fear fat. But very few are talking about the clot, a tiny, deadly event that can form in under 5 seconds and change your life forever. And here's what's worse. This clot doesn't wait for warning signs. It doesn't care how young at heart you feel. It can be triggered by everyday things like stress, sugar, smoking, pollution, even certain medications. And it can strike any time. But today, we're doing something bold. We're pulling back the curtain on the real reason most heart attacks and strokes happen. And more importantly, what you can do starting right now to lower your risk naturally and powerfully. So please, stay with us till the end. Because knowing this could literally save your life or the life of someone you love. What actually causes most heart attacks and strokes? When someone collapses from a heart attack or stroke, most people imagine a clogged pipe, the artery slowly closing off day by day from too much cholesterol. But that's not how it usually happens. In reality, over 80% of fatal heart events are triggered by a rapid, sudden formation of a blood clot, not a long-term cholesterol buildup. This clot doesn't need decades to form. It can appear in seconds. And it doesn't always care whether your arteries are 50% blocked or 15%. The real danger is a rupture, a tiny tear or injury in your artery wall. This rupture triggers your body's natural response, from a clot to stop the bleeding. And if that clot breaks loose or grows too large, it can block blood flow entirely. Think of it like this. You don't die from cholesterol slowly piling up. You die from the clot that slams the brakes on blood flow in seconds. It's like a traffic jam that goes from smooth sailing to total gridlock in the blink of an eye. Why don't more people know this? Because it's easier to blame fat. It's easier to tell people to avoid butter than to talk about the real causes of clotting. Inflammation, injury, oxidative stress, and imbalance in clotting factors. And this clotting process isn't always bad. In fact, it's essential for survival. It's how your body heals cuts, prevents bleeding, and protects you in emergencies. But when your arteries are under constant assault from sugar, smoke, or stress, your body starts forming clots too often in the wrong places and at the wrong times. That's when things go from healing to harmful, from repair to risk. So if we really want to prevent heart attacks and strokes, we must shift our thinking. It's not just about avoiding fat. It's not just about lowering cholesterol. It's about understanding clots, what causes them, what prevents them, and how to naturally support your body's ability to stay balanced and protected. And that's exactly what we'll uncover next. The 7 hidden triggers of deadly clots. Trigger number 7, physical stress from surgery or endurance sports. Most people think of surgery as a controlled, healing event. And marathons? The pinnacle of health, right? But the truth is, both can silently trigger clot formation. You see, surgery isn't just about incisions. It's trauma. It sets off alarms in your body. Your immune system reacts, your stress hormones spike, and your blood becomes primed for clotting. Why? Because your body's instinct says, you've been injured, we must seal the wound. And even if your wound is small and managed, your entire bloodstream can become a clot-friendly environment for hours or even days after surgery. Now add endurance sports to the mix, like long-distance running or intense cycling. Yes, they promote heart health in moderation. But when seniors push too hard without proper recovery, the excessive strain, dehydration, and oxidative stress can elevate inflammatory markers and make the blood thicker, more prone to pooling and clotting. If you've ever noticed swelling in the legs, tightness in the chest, or brain fog after surgery or prolonged exercise, don't ignore it. These could be warning signs that your blood is struggling to circulate efficiently and may be overprimed for a clot. What's the takeaway? Recover smarter after surgery. Don't rush back into activity. Hydrate and rest after endurance efforts. Focus on regular, low-impact movement instead of heroic fitness feats. Trigger number 6. Environmental toxins, smoke, pollution, and vaping. You already know smoking is bad. But what most seniors don't realize is that even secondhand smoke and air pollution can trigger clot formation. How? Through chronic inflammation. Cigarette smoke contains over 7,000 chemicals, many of which directly damage the delicate inner lining of your arteries, creating tiny wounds. That's where it begins. Micro-injury, inflammation, then clot formation. The same goes for vaping. Many believe it's a safe alternative to smoking. It's not. The heat, the chemicals, the vaporized metals, these aren't gentle on your arteries. And unlike lungs, your arteries can't cough out damage. They just silently scar. Until one day, clot. Polluted air? Same story. The tiny particles in polluted environments have been shown to increase the stickiness of blood platelets, making clot formation far more likely, especially in people over 60. Your best defense? Avoid smoke and fumes. Yes, even in the kitchen. Use indoor air purifiers. Add anti-inflammatory foods to your diet. We'll get to that soon. Trigger number 5. Alcohol and hormone disruptors. Let's talk about a quiet clot risk, alcohol and hormones. You might enjoy a glass of wine with dinner, and many postmenopausal women are prescribed hormone replacement therapy, HRT, or once took birth control pills in earlier decades. What do these have in common? They can thin the arterial wall, increase oxidative stress, and amplify clotting factors in the blood. Especially estrogen-based therapies, they're known to raise the risk of both stroke and deep vein thrombosis, DVT. And alcohol? Though small amounts may relax you, it's still a liver toxin. Your liver is responsible for producing many of your blood's clotting factors. When overburdened, it loses the ability to regulate clot formation properly, and that leaves you in a dangerous state. Inflammation from alcohol, hormonal imbalance, weakened vessel walls, equals clot cocktail. If you're taking HRT or had long-term hormonal use in the past, talk to your doctor about natural support alternatives. Consider herbs like red clover or black cohosh. Limit alcohol to rare occasions, or avoid it altogether. Support your liver with milk thistle, leafy greens, and hydration. Trigger number 4. Stress, the silent clot maker. This might surprise you, but emotional trauma can trigger physical death. There's even a name for it, broken heart syndrome. Studies show that after losing a loved one, the risk of a heart attack can spike by 2,000% in just 24 hours. Why? Because intense emotional stress activates your fight-or-flight system, flooding your bloodstream with cortisol and adrenaline. These stress hormones cause your blood vessels to constrict, platelets to become sticky, clotting cascade to kick into gear. That's how people seemingly die of grief. Not from a heart slowly failing, but from a clot formed in seconds during an emotional storm. Even chronic stress, like caregiving, financial worries, or prolonged loneliness, can have the same clot-inducing effect, only more gradually. What can you do? Learn deep breathing techniques. Inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 6. Walk daily in nature, even 10 minutes helps. Practice gratitude, journaling to shift your mental focus. Reducing stress isn't optional. For seniors, it's a form of cardiovascular first aid. Trigger number 3. Refined carbs and sugars. Sweet poison for arteries. Here's where things get sticky, literally. Refined starches and sugars don't just raise your blood sugar. They change your blood chemistry. They make your blood more viscous, more prone to clot, and full of chronic inflammation. In diabetics, this is even more severe. Their risk of clots is 4 to 5 times higher. Why? Because their blood is in a constant state of chemical inflammation, triggering clotting pathways again and again. But you don't need full-blown diabetes to be at risk. If your diet includes white bread, sweetened cereals, cakes, cookies, or sugary drinks, you may be unknowingly fueling silent clot formation. The fix? Start with breakfast. Swap cereal or toast for eggs and avocado. Choose non-starchy vegetables over processed snacks. And try incorporating intermittent fasting. It reduces inflammation and thins the blood naturally. Trigger number 2. Hidden infections, the clotting time bombs. What if the real threat isn't in your arteries, but in your mouth? Chronic infections, especially from a failed root canal, abscessed tooth, or infected gums, can leak bacteria into your bloodstream 24/7. Your immune system sees this invasion and launches an inflammatory response. That inflammation damages arterial walls. And remember, damage to arteries is step one of clot formation. This isn't just theory. Many stroke and heart attack patients are later found to have infected dental pockets, unresolved sinus infections, or even low-grade urinary infections that were never treated properly. These ticking time bombs don't cause pain, but they prime your blood for clotting every single day. Prioritize dental checkups. Ask for a C-reactive protein, CRP, test. It reveals hidden inflammation. Support your immune system naturally with garlic, vitamin C, and probiotics. Trigger number 1. Excess calcium without vitamin K2, the most dangerous clot risk of all. Now for the most deceptive danger of them all. Calcium. Yes, the same mineral we've been told to take for bone health. But without the right partner, vitamin K2, calcium becomes a killer. In postmenopausal women taking calcium supplements, studies have shown increased risk of arterial calcification, greater chance of heart attack or stroke, and up to 15 different clotting factors activated by excess calcium. Here's why. Calcium wants to go somewhere. If K2 isn't present to guide it into the bones, it goes to your arteries. The walls harden. They become brittle. Small injuries don't heal, they crack. And then the clot comes. Without K2, even a healthy diet can become dangerous. And remember, K2 doesn't come from leafy greens. That's K1. It comes from fatty animal foods like grass-fed butter, egg yolks, cheese, and fermented foods like natto. Get K2 daily. Take D3 with K2. They work as a team. And balance calcium with magnesium, which prevents it from depositing in the wrong places. Section 3. The life-saving nutrients that naturally prevent clotting. So far, we've revealed the real triggers of deadly clots. But what about solutions? What can seniors over 60 do today to stop a clot before it strikes? Let's break down the 5 most powerful nutrients that naturally regulate clotting, reduce inflammation, and restore your artery health. No prescriptions, no side effects, just nature's own tools. We'll build up to the strongest one. Nutrient number 5, magnesium, the anti-calcification hero. Magnesium is often ignored, but for heart health, it's essential. It helps prevent excess calcium from depositing in your arteries, regulate heartbeat, and prevent arrhythmias, relax blood vessels, lowering pressure and improving flow, and reduce clotting risk. Atrial fibrillation, or AFib, one of the most common irregular heart rhythms in older adults, is strongly tied to low magnesium. And what's one of the biggest dangers of AFib? Pooling blood, increased clot risk, potential stroke. Getting enough magnesium can help stabilize your heartbeat, keep your vessels flexible, and reduce the likelihood of clot formation. Where to get it? Pumpkin seeds, spinach, almonds, dark chocolate, yes, really, just 70% or higher cocoa. Aim for 350 to 400 milligrams per day from food and supplements combined. Nutrient number 4, vitamin C, your arterial repair crew. Clots begin when arteries get injured. What if you could repair those injuries faster before the body even needs a clot? That's what vitamin C does. It helps build collagen, which strengthens artery walls, neutralizes free radicals that cause inflammation, reduces blood viscosity, lowering clotting risk. Without enough vitamin C, your arteries stay brittle, inflamed, and vulnerable to damage. Where to get it? Bell peppers, especially red, kiwi, citrus fruits, broccoli. Supplement if needed, especially if you're under stress. Tip: smokers and people under chronic stress burn through vitamin C faster, so they need even more. Nutrient number 3, omega-3 fatty acids, nature's blood thinner. If there's one nutrient proven to thin blood naturally, it's omega-3. Unlike medications that thin the blood by force, omega-3s work by lowering inflammation, reducing platelet stickiness, improving heart rhythm. They also lower triglycerides and improve blood vessel function. Seniors who eat omega-3 rich foods are shown to have lower risk of heart attacks, lower stroke incidence, slower aging of arteries. Best sources: wild salmon, sardines, mackerel, flaxseed for plant-based, high-quality fish oil capsules. You need about 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of EPA plus DHA daily for protective effects. Nutrient number 2, vitamin D3, the master regulator. You've heard that vitamin D helps bones, but what most don't know is it's also a cardiovascular superhero. Vitamin D reduces inflammation in artery walls, helps regulate the immune system, works alongside vitamin K2 to manage calcium, and supports healthy nitric oxide levels for better blood flow. Low vitamin D is linked to higher clotting risk, increased arterial stiffness, and greater cardiovascular mortality. Here's the kicker. The majority of seniors are vitamin D deficient, especially those who avoid the sun. Get your levels tested. Aim for 50 to 70 nanograms per milliliter. Supplement with D3 plus K2 combo for best results. Nutrient number 1, vitamin K2, the gatekeeper of calcium. Vitamin K2 doesn't get the spotlight it deserves. Why? Because it's the single most important nutrient for keeping calcium out of your arteries and in your bones. It activates matrix GLA protein, which prevents calcium from hardening arteries, works with D3 to guide calcium to the right place, and helps reduce arterial stiffness and clot triggers. This means less calcification, less inflammation, less need for emergency clots. Best food sources: grass-fed butter, natto, fermented soy, highest source, egg yolks, liver, aged cheeses like Gouda and Brie, or supplement with -7 Malawian kwacha's form of K2, 100 to 200 micrograms daily. It's simple. No K2 equals calcium chaos. With K2, your heart and arteries breathe easy. Section 4. Natural clot-busting remedies, garlic, enzymes, and more. We've covered the worst triggers. We've explored life-saving nutrients. Now let's shift focus to something even more direct. Natural remedies that help break down existing clots or prevent them from forming in the first place, without blood thinners, side effects, or risky prescriptions. These aren't fads. Many of these have been studied for decades. Some are so effective, Big Pharma doesn't want you to know about them. We're going to count down the top 5 natural clot busters, each more powerful than the last. So stay with us until number 1. Number 5, garlic, the artery whisperer. Garlic is more than a kitchen staple. It's a heart healer. It works by reducing blood viscosity, lowering platelet aggregation. Platelets are the stickers that form clots, lowering blood pressure, and relaxing blood vessels. Studies have shown aged garlic extract can improve circulation, lower cholesterol, and reduce calcified plaque over time. Crush raw garlic and let it sit 10 minutes. Activates allicin. Then swallow with water, add to food, or use aged garlic supplements. Even half a clove per day can make a noticeable difference. But garlic isn't even close to the strongest. Number 4, bromelain, the pineapple powerhouse. Bromelain is an enzyme extracted from pineapple stems, and it works like nature's own blood thinner. How? It breaks down fibrin, the sticky web that holds clots together, reduces inflammation in blood vessels, improves protein digestion, especially helpful for seniors with sluggish digestion. It's even been shown to reduce swelling post-surgery and enhance wound healing. Dose: 500 to 1,000 milligrams daily, on an empty stomach, so it works in your bloodstream, not your gut. But that's just the start. Number 3, serrapeptase, the silkworm's secret. It sounds strange, but this enzyme, produced by silkworms to escape their cocoons, has remarkable effects on human health. Serrapeptase dissolves non-living tissue, including fibrin and arterial plaque, reduces clot formation, helps reduce swelling, inflammation, and even scar tissue. It's been used in Europe and Japan for decades to manage post-operative swelling and vascular issues. Dose: 40,000 to 120,000 SBUs, serapeptase units, always taken on an empty stomach. It's gentle but powerful. Many seniors use it as a natural alternative to aspirin. Number 2. Nattokinase, the Japanese super enzyme. Nattokinase is extracted from natto, a fermented soy dish eaten in Japan, and linked to some of the lowest rates of heart disease in the world. Its superpower? It directly dissolves fibrin clots, reduces blood pressure, enhances circulation, and may even reduce the risk of deep vein thrombosis, DVT. Dose: 100 to 200 milligrams or 2,000 Fu fibrinolytic units, empty stomach only. Bonus: it has a long half-life, meaning it works for hours, keeping your blood flowing freely day and night. But there's still one more tool that blows the others away. Number 1. Fasting, the body's built-in detox. No supplement, no pill, just pure biology. Fasting is one of the most effective, natural ways to lower inflammation, reduce blood sugar, shrink visceral fat, thin blood, and reduce clotting risk dramatically. Even short fasts of 16 hours, intermittent fasting, can stabilize insulin, improve nitric oxide, and kickstart autophagy, the body's self-cleaning mode. Longer fasts, under medical supervision, can help break down damaged cells, lower triglycerides, and reset your inflammatory profile. Start with 12 to 16-hour fasts. Just skip breakfast and eat lunch/dinner. Hydrate well and consult your doctor if on medications. Fasting isn't starving. It's strategic cellular repair and one of the oldest healing methods in human history. You now know the 5 most effective, proven, natural clot dissolvers. Up next, the worst daily habits that trigger silent artery damage after 60. From mild to most dangerous. A healthy heart isn't just about what you eat. It's about what you do every day without realizing it's putting stress on your arteries. And after 60, these silent stressors build up faster, often without symptoms, until it's too late. Let's now count down the 5 worst daily habits, from the least to the most dangerous, so you know exactly what to cut out to protect your brain, your heart, and your life. Number 5. Sitting for hours without moving. Prolonged sitting slows circulation, thickens blood, and encourages clot formation, especially in the legs. What's worse, the longer you sit, the more your body suppresses nitric oxide, the very molecule that keeps arteries elastic and prevents clots. Over time, sedentary habits raise your risk of deep vein thrombosis, stroke, heart failure. Solution: every hour, stand up and move for 3 to 5 minutes. Even walking to the kitchen helps. Number 4. Skipping sleep or waking too often. Sleep deprivation raises cortisol, and cortisol thickens blood and raises blood pressure. It also increases blood sugar, lowers nitric oxide, and promotes plaque instability, making clots more likely. After 60, your body needs more repair time, not less. Solution: sleep 7 to 8 hours with blackout curtains, no screens an hour before bed, and magnesium before sleep if needed. Number 3. Drinking alcohol as a nightcap. You've heard that red wine is heart healthy, but that's outdated science. Alcohol, even in small amounts, can damage the lining of your arteries, suppress nitric oxide, raise blood pressure, and cause atrial fibrillation, which encourages clotting. It also depletes magnesium, your natural antiarrhythmia mineral. Solution: cut back to 1 drink a day max, or eliminate it altogether and opt for mocktails with fresh herbs, lime, and sparkling water. Number 2. Constantly eating refined carbs and sugars. This is one of the biggest hidden dangers for seniors. Refined starches, like bread, pasta, cereal, and sugary snacks, do 4 terrible things. Spike insulin, damage artery walls, thicken blood, and increase fibrin, the protein that glues clots together. For seniors, even a small dessert or breadbasket can spike blood sugar for hours, leading to chronic inflammation. Solution: eat whole foods rich in fiber, healthy fats, and protein. Focus on low-carb greens and fermented vegetables. Number 1. Chronic emotional stress. You may not feel it, but stress changes everything. It can constrict arteries, raise clotting factors, trigger arrhythmias, and release cortisol that thickens blood. One study found that losing a loved one increases your heart attack risk by 2,000% in the first 24 hours. This is called broken heart syndrome, and it's real. Solution: practice slow, deep breathing daily. Use gratitude, journaling, or short prayer walks. Spend time with loved ones. Disconnect from news/social media stress. These 5 silent habits are not just lifestyle quirks. They're slow, invisible killers. But the good news? You can reverse them starting right now. The 3 most dangerous nutrient deficiencies that worsen clotting and heart damage after 60. You might think nutrient deficiencies are only a concern for the malnourished. But after 60, even a mild lack of certain nutrients can become life-threatening, especially when it comes to clotting, inflammation, and heart rhythm. Let's walk through the top 3 most dangerous deficiencies in suspense order, so you know exactly what your body is silently begging for. Number 3. Vitamin C deficiency, the forgotten artery protector. Vitamin C isn't just for immunity. It's one of the most essential nutrients for vascular integrity. Without enough vitamin C, capillaries become fragile. Arteries lose their elasticity. Fiber and plaque become more unstable. Vitamin C is also needed to produce collagen, which strengthens artery walls and helps them resist tearing, the very thing that can trigger deadly clots. It also reduces oxidative stress that accelerates arterial aging. What to do? Eat foods like bell peppers, broccoli, strawberries, and sauerkraut. Supplement only if you're not eating enough whole sources daily. Number 2. Magnesium deficiency, the silent rhythm killer. Magnesium is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions, but its effect on the heart and blood is perhaps most vital. Low magnesium causes arrhythmias like atrial fibrillation, increases arterial stiffness, makes blood more prone to clot, and reduces the effectiveness of nitric oxide. In fact, magnesium deficiency is one of the top causes of sudden cardiac death in older adults, yet it's rarely checked in routine labs. What to do? Eat pumpkin seeds, spinach, avocado, almonds. Consider a magnesium glycinate or citrate supplement after talking with your doctor. Number 1. Vitamin K2 deficiency, the artery hardener. This one is the most dangerous and most overlooked. Vitamin K2 doesn't thin blood like K1. It actually tells calcium where to go. Without it, calcium builds up in soft tissue and arteries, not in bones. And calcium is involved in 15 different clotting factors. So if it's misplaced, your arteries become a ticking time bomb. Postmenopausal women taking calcium without K2 have shown increased clot risk and arterial calcification. What to do? Eat egg yolks, butter, aged cheese, and natto, fermented soy. Always pair vitamin D3 with K2 if supplementing. These 3 nutrient gaps are not minor issues. They're the cracks in your cardiovascular armor. But the fix? Simple, affordable, and absolutely essential. The top natural solutions that melt clots and restore artery health after 60. By now, we know that clots, not cholesterol, are behind most heart attacks and strokes. So the question is, how do we reverse it? Naturally? In this section, we'll walk through the most powerful natural solutions, ranked from least to most effective, to help dissolve clots, soften arteries, and restore calm to your circulatory system. Number 5. Garlic and onions, nature's blood thinners. These 2 humble kitchen staples contain sulfur compounds that inhibit clot formation, lower blood pressure, reduce LDL oxidation, the bad cholesterol that gets trapped in clots, and thin the blood naturally without synthetic drugs. Garlic especially boosts fibrinolytic activity, the body's ability to break down fibrin, the very stuff clots are made of. Add 1 clove of raw garlic daily, or cook lightly to preserve the most active compounds. Number 4. Polyphenol from herbs and leafy greens. Inflammation. Polyphenol are natural plant chemicals that reduce oxidative damage, calm the immune system, help restore endothelial function, the thin lining inside your arteries. The best sources include parsley, basil, rosemary, green tea, leafy greens like kale, arugula, and dandelion. Aim for a handful of fresh herbs daily, or drink 1 to 2 cups of green or hibiscus tea. Number 3. Omega-3 fatty acids, blood flow enhancers. Omega-3s from wild fish, flaxseed, or algae. Lower triglycerides, reduce blood thickness, decrease inflammation in artery walls, and block platelets from sticking together. They are natural anticoagulants, but without the dangerous side effects of synthetic blood thinners. Eat fatty fish, like salmon or sardines, 2x a week, or supplement with 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams EPA/DHA daily. Number 2. Nitric oxide boosters, the artery relaxers. Nitric oxide is the gas that makes your arteries relax and expand. It reduces blood pressure, prevents clots, and improves oxygen delivery. How to boost it naturally? Sunlight, even 15 to 30 minutes/day on arms and legs. Beets and leafy greens. Exercise, walking especially. L-arginine and L-citrulline from foods or supplements. Try beet juice or beet powder daily if your diet lacks leafy greens. Number 1. Fasting and enzymes, the clot dissolvers. Fasting may be the most powerful anti-clotting therapy you've never tried. Why? It lowers inflammation, reduces blood sugar and insulin, both major clotting triggers, and shifts the body into autophagy, where it cleans out damaged proteins, including fibrin. Alongside fasting, these enzymes supercharge the process. Nattokinase from fermented soy, serrapeptase from silkworm enzymes, bromelain from pineapple. These break down excess fibrin, unclog microvessels, and restore flow. Take only on an empty stomach and consult a practitioner first, especially if you're on blood-thinning meds. These aren't hacks or fads. They're time-tested, body-supporting ways to melt clots and repair what age and inflammation have damaged. Because what you do next might save your life or someone else's. Let's pause for a moment. You've just learned that over 80% of heart attacks and strokes, the very events that take loved ones away in the blink of an eye, aren't caused by what most people are told. They're not just about cholesterol, not about calcium buildup, but about clots. Sudden, silent, deadly. And now you know they don't just appear out of nowhere. They're triggered by stress, inflammation, nutrient gaps, environmental toxins, and poor lifestyle habits. That's the bad news. But here's the good news. You're not powerless. Whether you're 60 or 90, whether you've had a scare or just want to prevent one, you can begin healing today. You can stop fueling the fire by cutting out smoking, processed carbs, and excess calcium. You can flood your body with healing nutrients like vitamin K2, magnesium, and nitric oxide boosters. You can gently clean your arteries through fasting, leafy greens, and natural enzymes. And you can shift your entire cardiovascular destiny with small changes made consistently. Because your body isn't broken. It's just waiting for the right support to begin repairing itself. You deserve more than prescriptions and fear. You deserve knowledge. You deserve options. You deserve to thrive. Starting today, pick just one step, whether it's adding vitamin K2, drinking beet juice, or taking a daily walk. Even 10 minutes can mean the difference between clogged and clean arteries a year from now. And remember, this isn't about panic. It's about prevention. You're not late. You're right on time. If you believe senior health matters and that our elders deserve better care, more support, and lasting vitality, subscribe to help push that message forward. Share this video with someone you love. And leave a comment below. What's the one step you will take today to protect your heart? We'll see you in the next video. Stay strong. Stay informed. Stay vibrant.